Hey man, it's your boy J-Man, and I'm back at it again with a brand new video on the channel. Let's talk about this Milwaukee Bucks in this Boston series that just ended. Boston ended up winning the series in 7 games. First things first, hell of a series by Boston. They played their asses off. Jason Tatum played phenomenal. Besides, I believe, Game 5 where he shot like 3 of 19. That happens, it happens. Hell of a series by Jaylen Brown. Hell of a series by Marcus Smart. Hell of a series by Al Horford, especially his Game 5 performance. And then for Milwaukee's, hell of a series by Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's about all I gotta say. On Milwaukee's side, I've heard a lot of talk after this game ended that, supporting cast means more than having the best player. I feel like in terms of that, it's a toss-up. In this situation, I felt like if Giannis would have had somebody who could actually give him help, they would have won the series. Giannis didn't shoot the best in any of the games, but when you're getting... Well, he had a good Game 6. He had a good Game 4. He had a good Game 2, I think. No, not a good Game 2. I'm lying. He had a good game. He had a good Game 1, even though... he's had a good series. I don't give a damn what anybody says. Yeah, you can look at the shooting splits. You can look at anything you want to look at. He had an outstanding series. He had a 44-20 game. He had a 20-20 game today. He had a great series. I just feel like I said when I did the series, when I did the breakdown of it, I just didn't look at Jrue Holiday as the guy who could actually help them win a series. I said he would have to step up offensively, and sure the fuck he did not step up. I'm not going to fault him for it. It is what it is. Somebody on that Milwaukee team had to look at it like, yo, like Giannis is dead, giving us everything he has and is trying to win this shit for us. And we have to step up. We have to have his back on it. And nobody had his back, which is understandably. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody wasn't coming in with a mindset of, we gotta make up for Chris Middleton's absence. But that's what you had to do to win this series. Now, do I think if they had Chris Middleton, do they win this series? Hell yeah. It's Giannis, and then you add Chris Middleton, who's going to get you 20 to 25 a night. And then he's their closer. So, like I said, Milwaukee didn't really have a closer. So, that's what Chris Middleton's for. He's somebody who's going to get you around 18 points through 3 quarters. You give him the ball in the 4th quarter, he's going to run you off 10 to 8 points. He's going to get you 25 to 27 points in a game. Just off him in the 4th quarter, he's going to get you at least 8 to 10 points in that 4th quarter, because he's going to be the guy shooting majority of the shots, getting majority of the sets, majority of the plays ran for him, so he can get those looks to kind of end the game. In terms of, like I said, back to Boston, I mean, Ime Udoka did a great job coaching. Ime Udoka deserves a lot of respect, and Boston is not a fluke team. I just want to say this right now. If anybody thinks this is a one-trick pony, no, this team is legit. This team has managed to give Kyrie, Kevin Durant, and Giannis Antetokounmpo fits. Back-to-back series, they gave them fits. So at some point you gotta give them credit. Hats off to them. If I had a hat, I would take that motherfucker off and tip it to him. But yeah, Milwaukee. I wouldn't say Milwaukee has to go back to the drawing board, but I will for sure say that next year they will have to make moves in terms of getting scoring. Defensively, they're fine, but certain players are expendable. Like, I'm gonna be honest, Pat Connaughton, he's expendable. Grayson Allen, he's expendable. The only players that really are untouchable in this situation are Brook Lopez, Giannis, Jrue Holiday, and Chris Middleton. But Milwaukee for sure has to try and get better. Milwaukee just gave off the vibes of they felt like since they won that championship, they didn't need to make any drastic improvements to get better, which I understand. But I feel like in that situation, the way they won last year, of course they won a championship, but I just felt like off the muscle, you have to try and bring in something instead of nothing. Try and get some scores off the bench, something. I'm pretty sure they'll be looking for that this year. Defensively, they're good defensively, so they don't need anything on that term. But in terms of just them on offense, they don't have enough. And in order to win in this league, yeah, defense wins championships, but you have to score to win the games. You know what I'm saying? Like, defense matters 1000%, but you also need scores to win you that game. So, they have, and also, I mean, I would say they have shooting, but They have not been able to shoot. Last year in the playoffs, they didn't shoot well. I believe they shot 32% throughout the whole playoffs, and they won that championship. So ideally, I'm not saying sell out and say, you know what, we're just gonna risk some of our defense to get offense. But if you could get rid of some role players who are expendable, and or find somebody in the draft who can score the ball at a solid clip and he has the confidence to do it, by all means do it. And when I say a scorer, I'm not saying they need somebody to get 25 to 30 points or something outstanding. Just somebody who, besides Chris Middleton, who you can give them the ball and you have confidence like, okay, they can get us a bucket. Because outside of Giannis is limited offensively. Giannis is really only useful if he's going downhill or if he's in a post-up or pick-and-roll situation. You get what I'm saying? Jrue Holiday, he's kind of off and on. His game isn't really predicated on scoring. He can hit big shots and he can take, you know, a scoring role, but that's not really his game. We saw it this series. He had multiple games where he took 30 shots and his shooting splits were horrible. So in that case, you know, that kind of lets you know that he's not really the guy that you need in order to score the ball and kind of help you score the ball in situations like that. So that's not really him. You got Grayson Allen. He's more of a spot-up shooter. I don't think he has the ability to get by somebody consistently and get a bucket. Pat Connaughton, he's more of a role player, spot-up shooter. Bobby Portis. Bobby Portis is a solid scorer, but I feel like he's not the type of guy that you really need. You need a scoring guard. You feel me? Now, where can you find a scoring guard? I don't know. That's the problem. And yeah, man, let me know how you feel about this series and also Milwaukee. Does Milwaukee need to go back to the drawing board, or was Boston just simply the better team? And if it was anybody else, they would have won. And then yeah, man, if you made it this far in the video, go and like the video, go and subscribe if you're new, and make sure you hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever I upload. And yeah, man, I'm out, bruh.